The outgoing Canadian Prime Minister, Justin, has issued a stark warning to business and labor leaders, characterizing U.S. President Trump's persistent pursuit of absorbing Canada as a genuine threat, not merely a negotiating tactic. Addressing a hastily convened summit in Toronto aimed at coordinating a unified response to Trump's looming threat of a 25% tariff on all Canadian imports, underscored the gravity of the situation. While Trump recently offered a 30-day reprieve from tariffs that threatened to cripple Canada's economy, his rhetoric continues to undermine Canadian sovereignty. His repeated references to Canada as the 51st state on social media, and his consistent use of governor instead of prime minister when referring to, reveal a concerning disregard for Canada's independence. The summit, while addressing various pressing issues such as fentanyl trafficking, border security, and interprovincial trade, served as a crucial platform to articulate his concerns regarding Trump's annexationist ambitions. He explicitly stated his belief that the Trump administration's persistent focus on absorbing Canada is directly linked to Canada's vast reserves of critical minerals. This assessment, shared with summit attendees, suggests that the U.S. administration's awareness of Canada's substantial mineral wealth, including lithium, graphite, nickel, copper, and cobalt, crucial for the global green energy transition, is a primary driver behind the annexationist rhetoric. He articulated his belief that the Trump administration views absorption as the most expedient method of accessing these resources. Canada's strategic position as a reliable supplier of these minerals to allied nations is further underscored by his comments. Trump's aggressive actions, a significant departure from the historically amicable relationship between the two nations, have profoundly impacted Canadian federal politics, igniting a surge in nationalistic sentiment. The looming federal election has forced all political parties to actively demonstrate their commitment to defending Canada's sovereignty. This renewed patriotism is particularly evident in Quebec, where, despite the presence of a strong sovereigntist movement, the recent polling data reveals a notable increase in Canadian national pride. Between December and February, the percentage of Quebec residents identifying as either very proud or proud to be Canadian increased by 13 points, rising from 45% to 58%. Federal cabinet ministers further reinforced the government's unwavering stance. Industry Minister Champagne emphasized the crucial role Canada plays in the economic, energy, and national security of the United States, highlighting the interdependence of the two countries. Trade Minister underscored the government's resolve to protect the border, declaring there would be no messing with it. Employment Minister Stephen Mack's emphatic statement, "Canada is free. Canada is sovereign. Canada will choose its own destiny. Thank you very much," encapsulates the government's unwavering determination to safeguard Canadian independence and autonomy in the face of Trump's overt and persistent threats. The ongoing situation highlights the complex interplay of geopolitical interests, resource control, and national identity in the evolving relationship between the United States and Canada. The future of this relationship remains uncertain, but the Canadian government's unified response demonstrates a clear resolve to protect its sovereignty and its national interests. The subtle shift in public opinion in Quebec further illustrates the galvanizing effect of Trump's actions on Canadian national identity and unity. The implications of this escalating situation extend far beyond the bilateral relationship, influencing global perceptions of both nations and the broader geopolitical landscape.